Hi guys, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I achieved this frontal install. I did color the hair for my client as well. If you want to book with me, my Instagram is hairbymichaela.com or go to labellehairshop.com. This is my first video, so please bear with me. So jumping right into the video, the first thing I do before my installs is go ahead and mold the cap down with Got To Be holding spray. And I'm just putting that all around my client's hairline to protect it, and so that way it acts as a scalp. And you want to go ahead and clean around that hairline with 91% alcohol before you do that as well. And I'm going in with the makeup that I like to use. It is my client's skin complexion. And I usually use a beauty blender, but in this video, I am using a makeup brush, a soft one. I am taking that same 91% alcohol that I used before and cleaning the client's hairline as well, because you don't want to give that lace any reason to lift up. So you're going to clean off all oils, dirt, makeup, all that before you glue the or apply any glue, because it can lift. And one side is already glued down, and I'm going to show you guys how I glued down the other side. Just a side note, this lace wasn't really my client's skin complexion, and it was pretty thick, so I did go in with some more makeup. By the way, this lace is tinted with Taylor's Crown's caramel color, but I did go ahead and add more makeup on top just because I wanted it to blend more with her skin color. So I use the Bold Hold to apply my installs. I love the Bold Hold Active, and I do apply 4 layers of glue, and I do go in with the comb in this clip, but I use the popsicle stick after just because the comb wasn't really like doing it for me. So I'm just blending that in, and I'm going to allow the glue to turn clear, not necessarily dry, but turn clear. And this is before I put any other layers on, because if you clog the glue on top of another when it's white, it won't stick properly and you'll see it through the lace. So you just want to make sure that it's clear so your install looks as neat as possible. So this is my second layer of glue that I am applying. Sorry guys, I'm a little sick. But I am going ahead and applying the glue, and it is turning clear, as you can see, and I'm using the blow dryer to help me to speed up that process of it turning clear. And the layers, if you notice, they're pretty thin. They're not too thick because I want it to look as neat as possible. And if it's too thick, I feel like it's just in the end, the long run, like it'll just look very like nasty kind of. Especially since this client specifically, like, she works out a lot, and I don't want, you know, the sweat to kind of mess up the look of the install after with so much glue and so much going on. So another reason why I like to use 91% alcohol is because, like, if there's any makeup on the client's hairline, it will show as well through the glue, and it just will not look appealing. So I'm pushing that lace onto that glue, and I am making sure that it is nicely on there. So you guys can kind of see what I was talking about as far as the lace. You know, you're seeing the lace, like it's not very like blendable. It's not very the best quality lace, but she was in a rush because it was her birthday. So she was just like, you know, I just needed my hair done. So that we could work with it. So I'm just blow drying just to ensure that that lace is melted in there. And I'm using my comb. You don't want to use your fingers too much because it can lift the lace up, just because we do have a lot of dirt and oil and stuff like that on our hands. So you don't want to, especially since you've been touching so much makeup and stuff like that. So, and I'm cutting it off in a zigzag motion, just because if I go straight across, it will look lacy. So this is what I was saying with the lace being kind of dark and not very appealing. But I did make it work in the end. You'll see. So cutting off any extra lace off of the lace of the frontal. I'm cutting any extra lace off. I'm going to go ahead and cut around my client's ear tabs. And then I'm going to just seam it right back into the glue. So just cut it on off right now. So I pulled out some baby hairs, but in this install, it's not really going to be like necessarily baby hairs. I'm just going to give her more of a swoop for the style that we're going for. And I'm plucking it a little more just because when you do installs, you'll just see like, you know, some things you just need to tweak up and stuff like that. So that's what I'm doing. And I'm shaving those little hairs down as small as possible, because if they're too long, it won't really look natural. So I'm just shaving them down as short as possible. And I'm going to take some mousse. This is Nairobi. It is my favorite mousse to work with because it listens to you. It does what you want it to do. It's very smooth and it is alcohol free. You have to be very quick with this process, otherwise it will lift up. So you just want to be as quick as possible. So I'm just smoothing that around and I'm going to go ahead and put my head wrap on it just so I can get it nice and held down. And I'm going to sew my bundles on. I did that off camera, but while the bundles were being sewn on, the Nairobi was drying and molding down into the lace. So you want to make sure it's nice and dry before you take the wrap off. Now I'm just going to comb it out because I don't want it to look so crunchy. So I'm just going to comb it out and brush it out to make it look natural. And I did go back in and customize it a little bit more just because it wasn't really looking too natural to me. It wasn't looking as natural as I wanted it to be. So I went ahead and plucked it a little more and I shaved it down a little bit more on the side with the razor because it wasn't giving me that natural look like how I wanted it to. Some people would just say, hey, whatever, we're done. But for me, I just like my installs to look very, very natural. So I'm taking the hot comb and I am going ahead and pressing this hair out because I wanted it to be very, very flat. Very flat and not lumpy and wiggy. None of that. Your hot comb is like the icing on the cake. So you want to make sure that this is a must-have when you're doing these installs. You must have your hot comb. I'm just touching it up and laying it down, doing my little thing in here, and I used some holding spray as well. I put some on the comb, and I'm just doing my little touch-ups and giving my style the look, and just, you know, getting it to how I wanted it to be and what I'm picturing in my head. And by the way, guys, I did color this hair. It is colored by me. You could add this onto your service if you want your hair colored. Just tell me the color you're looking for. She did send me a picture of what she was going for, and I did do it exactly how she wanted it. So you could go to my Instagram at Hair by Michaela or labellehairshop.com to book with me. And so yeah, so I'm going to go in and start defining my part with some concealer and a eyebrow brush, a very thin one, and I'm just defining my part a little bit more. This is my first YouTube video ever, so please bear with me. I'm sorry if I'm in the camera too much. So I'm going to go ahead and hot comb some more. This hot comb is like going to be your best friend when you're doing these installs. The hot comb is like a must-have. And I'm just taking the back of a comb to kind of push or I would say kind of like, I don't know what I'm saying. Just kind of like slide the concealer on the part because you don't want it to look too makeup-y. That's not a word, but yeah. So I did take some of my BioStick, and I'm using very, very small portions of it because a little bit with this product goes a long way. So you want to use very small portions of it, and I'm sectioning it out, and it just helps the hair, or makes the hair look a lot more silkier. And I'm taking some heat protecting spray, and I'm just gonna go ahead and spray that all around the hair because I'm gonna do some big curls for her. That's the look she wants. And I'm using the Babyless curling iron. It's very, very, very good quality. I love this curling iron. I'm just doing some big curls. We don't really need to go too much into detail with these curls. It's just simple big curls, nothing special. Can we just, this color is like everything, you guys. She really wanted something like this, and with the highlights and the lowlights and all that going on, she really loved it a lot. And this was her first time going like anything close to blonde. Like, she's never been blonde or brown. She's always been black with her hair. So just doing something lighter, she really loved it a lot. And it didn't take her a long time to get used to it. And this hair was a 1B. The color took pretty well. It wasn't like the best, but it took well enough. Like, this hair I think was virgin hair. I would recommend, if you do get this color or something any lighter, I would recommend raw hair, just because it is way better quality and it takes the color well. So I'm just brushing the curls out and I'm finishing up my look. This is pretty much it. I do go back in and put some more sauce on it. You know, gotta put some of that Michaela sauce on it. So, yeah, this is pretty much the finished look, you guys. I'm very, very excited. My client was very excited, as you can see. She loved this so much. I was like, come on, Beyonce, come through, girl. So yeah, just doing some finishing touches on it and giving it those finished results. But this is pretty much it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe and please let me know what you guys think. I really enjoy feedback.